Yesterday I downloaded Eclipse. This is a .exe file. If you double click on this, it will show option to install the Eclipse. I installed the Eclipse in this folder. Inside this folder, we have this. We have JavaC command, Java command. Similar to that, we have Eclipse command. If you open this, right click, run as administrator, or if you double click, it will open the Eclipse for us. Double click on this, it will open for us. All our coding we are doing in the Eclipse. We downloaded the .exe. On double click on the exe, all the softwares in Windows is a type of .exe. Exe means executable file. Any Eclipse or any software. Java also that is a .exe file. If you double click on any software, it will show options to choose whatever we need and go to the next button. At the end, software is installed in one location. You can change the location to your own location also. Whenever installation is showing the pop-up with the locations to choose. After installing the software, we'll get the one command. Here our command is Eclipse. If we go to the Eclipse command, we can install our we can launch our Eclipse IDE. Right click, close all. Whatever yesterday things I am closing all. Now I'll create new project. File new Java project. I'm giving a project name is application 2. I'm going to next. Other options no need to select. By default, whenever we create a project, it will get created SRC folder in the project. And bin folder is for our output folder. All .class files will go to the bin folder. Click on the finish. Our project is created. Now only we have SRC folder. We don't have bin folder. Now right click. How to create a .java file. New class. Create a Java class. I'm creating a class manager. If you want main method in the manager class, just click on this checkbox. It will create for us. Yeah, the class is public here. If you want any package to the class, this public modifier we are using for the class, access modifier. If you want to use a package modifier, by default it will go as a default. There is no public keyword for our class. We can click on this. We can create our class if you want a default class. If you want to create abstract class, click on this. It will give the abstract class for us. We can create a final class also. We can learn about the final class today. Now I am creating the class with the main method. Control D is for deleting any line of the code. Yeah, today we can learn what is a wrapper class. Now inside the main method, first I'd like to program for us. Inside the main method, I'm declaring one integer variable, int I equal to 100. Now I'm creating a class, integer I1 equal to integer of I. integer I2 equal to, directly I am giving I variable. System dot out dot println of, I am printing I. This is a primitive data type. If you want system out dot println, just type sys and control space. It will give options what all methods are there. Now I want to print I2, I1, sys control space. Here I am printing I2, control S. To run our code, here we have option run manager.java. To run and will give output over here. For every primitive data type, in Java we have a class. Each and every primitive data type is having one class. The classes we can call as a wrapper classes. Now I am taking one text file. For every primitive data type, we have a class in Java. Those classes we can call as a wrapper classes. For byte primitive data type, we have wrapper class is a byte. Class is starting with the capital letter, uppercase letter. If you have two words in the class is first letter is uppercase and rest of all other words of a class name. First letter is a capital uppercase. That is not mandatory, but that is a one rule. Either we can use or we cannot use. But to the standards, we have to use the class name as a uppercase letter as a starting letter. For byte, we have a byte class. For short, we have a short class in Java. For every primitive data type, we have a wrapper class. For char, we have character wrapper class. For int, wrapper class name is integer. For long, wrapper class is long. Float, wrapper class is float. Double, wrapper class name is double. Boolean, wrapper class name is Boolean. The all first letter is uppercase. All wrapper classes first letter is uppercase. They are following the standards. These all classes developed by the JDK developers. Whenever they developed the software, they developed the wrapper classes. This wrapper classes is available in JDK from JDK 1.5 version onwards. Before JDK 1.5, we don't have our wrapper classes. In JDK 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, we don't have wrapper classes. From JDK 1.5 onwards, we have wrapper classes. Now, what is wrapper class? For every primitive data type, we have one wrapper class that is used for wrapping the primitive data into a wrapper class variable as a primitive data type. For example, we have a class integer. Inside class integer, I have a type of primitive type int some variable. Whenever we create an object to the constructor of integer, inside the constructor of integer, this is just I am telling, for example, this dot x equal to x. Internally, the integer class is developed like this. It's not exactly same, but they developed like this. Inside the integer, for every wrapper class, if you create object to the wrapper class, they are just getting the value from the constructor. They are putting into the wrapper integer primitive data type. We are just wrapping the data into the primitive data type using the wrapper classes. Why we need wrapper classes? The wrapper class is, it is a class. It is for each and every primitive data type. We are just taking the value from the wrapper class object and just putting into the same primitive data type. If the wrapper class is integer, we are just taking the value of the integer and putting into the integer primitive data type. If the wrapper class is short, we create object to the wrapper class short. We are just taking the short value and putting into the short primitive data type. As it is, whatever functionality we have in the primitive data type, wrapper class also do the same. For byte wrapper class, byte value is storing into the byte in primitive type in the class object. For every class, we have variable as a primitive data type variable. For if we have a class of byte here we have a byte of variable name. They are just storing the value into the byte variable only. But here, the definition is simple. We are just wrapping the primitive value into the wrapper class primitive variable. For every wrapper class, we have a same type variable, primitive variable. We are just storing the value into the same type primitive variable. That is a simple definition. But why we need the wrapper class? We have primitive types. We can able to store the data into the primitive type. Then why we need wrapper class? This is a very important question. Why we need wrapper class? I'm just putting in WC. Why we need wrapper class? We have primitive type, then why we need wrapper class? What is the use of wrapper class? We can ask the question in different way. Yeah. In Java, we have java.util package. In java.util package, we have class is array list and vector, for example. We have and so on, we have extra. We have so many different classes in the java.util package. Here, Java is object-oriented programming language. Since it is object-oriented programming language, whatever classes they developed in the Java util package, those all classes is taking the arguments as a objects, not the primitive type. For array list, if you want to store the array list of integer data, array list is a list of objects. You can store any number of objects into the list. List is a collection of variables. There, if you want to store the integer primitive type, we don't have option to store primitive types in the array list. We can store the primitive types, but there is no restriction to store only primitive types. There, they are using for developing the all java.util package. They used the wrapper classes to store the data into the all the collection APIs. Collection API means array list, vector, all other classes. They used in java.util package. They used wrapper classes. I'm just putting WC to store all primitive type of data. They used wrapper classes to store all primitive type of data to the collection API classes. For example, array list, vector, and so on. You can learn more about this collection APIs whenever we started learning on the collection APIs. Yeah, if we need to change the primitive type value to the string or changing string to primitive type, we need wrapper class. I'll take one example and I'll explain. Changing primitive type to the string or string to the primitive type, we need wrapper class. And all the wrapper classes, all the wrapper classes in Java are immutable. What is immutable? This is very important question. What is immutable? And write a program, write a class for the immutable as example. What is immutable? Explain with example. For every interview, maybe we can get this question, this kind of question, immutable. We are learning about the immutable.
Disconnect.
We have one more question. What is singleton? What is singleton class? Explain with example. This is also important for interview. Now today we can learn all this with one examples. Now I'll write a class and I'll explain with about the wrapper classes. In wrapper class, we have another questions, two questions. First, we can discuss about the theory. What is auto boxing? And what is unboxing? Converting primitive data type value to the wrapper class object. That is called auto boxing. Converting primitive data type variable value to wrapper class object is called auto boxing. The opposite of auto boxing is auto unboxing. Converting wrapper class object to the primitive data type is called auto unboxing. Now we can see the examples of auto unboxing and auto boxing, and then we'll go to what is immutable and what is singleton. Now in manager class, here what we are doing, in main method I have integer primitive data type, integer int I equal to 100. The integer value I am converting into the wrapper class. I am just using the integer value variable and I am creating the wrapper class object. Here I am just converting integer value to the wrapper class object. In the third line also, integer I2 equal to I. I am just assigning the primitive data type value to the integer wrapper class object. This is called converting primitive data type value to the wrapper class object. Here, whatever I have selected, this is called auto boxing. Converting primitive value to the wrapper class object. Whenever we are converting the integer primitive value to the wrapper class object, we can convert this value as a integer wrapper class only. We cannot convert this as a byte or short. Now, in the same example, I will convert other classes also. I will take one primitive type of character C equal to character A. Control space. It will show the what is a perfect class. Now this is a character class. It is from the java.lang package. Here no need of import. Whatever classes is there in the java.lang, no need of doing any import. If the classes other than the java.util, we can learn more about the java.util in collection API. There we need to import the statement. New character. Control space, it will show the character constructor. It is taking value of a constructor C. Character or value. Now system dot, instead of putting this one, sys control space, system dot out dot print. Here I am just printing primitive character value equal to C and wrapper class character value equal to C1. I just saved it. Now just I am going and running this. Now since this is a print, just print method, here we don't have any line. If you give println, it will go and print in the next line. If you want any space between the lines, one line to another line, you can give /n. It will give one space between the lines. After printing the first line, I am giving the space here, if you see in the output. Now primitive character value is A and wrapper class character value also A, because we are just converting primitive data type to the wrapper class object using the constructor of wrapper class. Here we can change another way also. Converting primitive type to the wrapper class, we can do this also. Character C2 equal to, directly I am assigning C. Primitive type we are assigning to the wrapper class object. Control S for the saving. Similarly, we can create any type of data type, primitive type, byte, short, long, double, anything. We can convert the primitive type to the wrapper class object using the constructor of wrapper class in the first statement. The second statement, directly we can assign the primitive type to the wrapper class object. This is called auto boxing. Now we take example of auto unboxing. Go to the class new, right click on the application, go to the new, creating class. Manager 1. I want main method. Inside the manager 1, I selected this main method. Finish. Now it created manager class for us. Now inside the main method, I want to show how to do unboxing. Now I'll create wrapper class integer I equal to new integer of 100. Now I want to convert this value to the integer primitive type. Int I1 equal to I. First I created object to the integer wrapper class, and whatever reference is there, I'm just assigning to the int primitive value. Here I am just converting wrapper class object to the respective primitive data type. This is called auto unboxing. Double D equal to new double D, control space. How many constructors are there? We have so many constructors here. First one is taking the primitive type. Second one is taking the constructor of string type. First I will take the constructor of double type. Now converting double wrapper class object to double primitive type. D1 equal to D. I am just directly assigning the value. System.out. Println of primitive int value. Primitive int value is I1. Here I am going to print wrapper class value. Wrapper class value is I. Control C, Control V. Wrapper class value is D. Primitive double value is D1. Now I just saved it. I'm running this. You see, converting wrapper class object to the integer type. This is also giving the same output. This is called auto unboxing. For every wrapper class, we have seen what is the use of the wrapper class. We can convert primitive values to the string type. Converting string to the primitive to the string. We can do that using the wrapper class methods. Now we can see some methods of the wrapper class. What all methods are there in wrapper class? New class. What is the use of wrapper class? In class, I'm taking manager2 class, main method. Finish. Control D for deleting any line of the code. Now string s1 equal to 10. I have a string. I want to convert this string to the integer value. int I1 equal to, we have wrapper class integer dot parseInt. We're just parsing the string s1. This parseInt method, what it will do, it will just take the argument of string type. This method already developed by the JDK developers in the wrapper class integer. This is a static method. So we can call this method directly using the class name, integer class, having static method of parseInt. If you want to see the method description, we can go to the method on top of the method. Here we can see we have parseInt, public static int parseInt. It's taking argument as string as. We have some other description about the parseInt method here. Eclipse will show all the description about the method. Now the static method I am calling, this method what it will do, it will just take the string type and converting the string to the integer value. This is called converting string to the integer. Now I want to convert the I1 to the string again. String s2 equal to converting integer value to the string type. How we can convert? You can convert using the wrapper class. Integer dot toString. By using integer dot toString method, we can convert the integer value to the string type. Here, if we go and see this method, by using toString method also static method, public static string to string of int primitive type. If you pass the primitive type, we can convert the primitive type value to the string type by using this method. Now first what we are doing, sys control space, I just convert after converting string to the integer, I am just printing the value. String to integer. I1. Similarly, the I1 value, integer primitive type, I am converting into the string using the wrapper class. System.out. Println of converted int value to string. This kind of conversion we are using in so many places of our project development. We have to convert string to integer, integer to string. Similarly, string to double, double to string. This kind of conversion is happening so many places. We have to learn how to convert the integer primitive to the string type. Similarly, other primitive type to the string and string to primitive types. This is the one advantage of wrapper classes. Control S. I'm just running this. Here we can see the value is coming as same, but we can get the, we can convert the values into the one data type to another data type. String to integer, integers to string. Now here we have to learn one more. Converting integer primitive type to the wrapper class. We have seen we can use the constructor of the wrapper class, or directly we can create the wrapper class reference integer I1 equal to, we can assign the value. Here we have one more method, integer dot value of. If you provide the value as a primitive type I1, I can assign this value to the integer wrapper class. Integer I2 equal to integer dot value of primitive type. Value of method is also the static method, which is taking argument as integer primitive type and storing that value into the wrapper class reference. Now we have seen three methods. These three methods are important in the wrapper classes. Converting primitive type to the string type, we have parseInt method. Converting primitive string to the primitive, we have parseInt. Sorry. Converting string to the primitive, we have parseInt method. Converting primitive to the string, we have toString method. Converting primitive type to the wrapper class object, we have value of method. These three methods are important in the all other wrapper classes. Now I can take one example of Boolean. Boolean wrapper class b equal to true. I have one Boolean primitive type. I want to convert this into the string type. Boolean string s3 equal to Boolean dot toString of b. It is converting the Boolean primitive type to the string type. Now I want to convert the string s3 to the Boolean wrapper class. How to convert? In Boolean class, we have Boolean dot parse Boolean of string. If you give s3, you're just parsing the s3 value and storing into the Boolean primitive type. In the same example, I'm explaining all the methods. Don't confuse. Now I want to convert the Boolean primitive type to the Boolean wrapper class. Boolean b3 equal to Boolean dot value of. I'll take b2. These three methods we already seen. For converting primitive to the string, we have toString method. Converting string to the primitive. In Boolean, we have parse Boolean. Similarly, to convert the byte, parse byte is there. To convert the float, parse float. We have these methods. Similar to these methods, parseInt and parse Boolean, we have other data types also having same methods. Here we have Boolean b3 equal to Boolean value of b2. We have value of method to converting primitive type to the wrapper class object. Now what all we have learned here? Convert string to primitive. String to primitive, we need toString method and